I think this visual itself is fucking amazing. Should I put the cardigan on?
Well, I mean, whatever makes you comfortable. Like, I don't want you like sweating like a pig out here, but also like whatever works for the camera too.
Oh, bitch. Cardigan. Good fucking tell. Oh, damn. I'm really, man, I miss doing this shit with you. Is the funny thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
man.
just telling somebody like filming the documentary. As crazy as it was, you know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. I was actually like talking on the other day on Bitcoin. Literally, like one of the guys was just like, "Man, why are you making another one of those?" I'm like, I don't know about that one. You know,
Unfortunately, all our friends. Well, I guess this matters.
we killed
we can They're all. We got some redacted friends now, I guess. Yeah. The moment this shit came out, I was like, "Oh, we gotta take this off the internet right now."
Hey, I unlisted. It's
I
still
know, I
it's
know,
still available for viewing.
I know, I know,
It,
I know.
well, you know, it's funny. Like he brought up a I was talking to you. He's like, you guys should do a bit where like you go to like a drive-through and then like order whatever the person ahead of you ordered. And just like, man, that would the funnier that gets, the worse that it would be for me personally, which is the best kind of like thing of that sort of sort. But like,
The fun thing about doing that was none of that shit, other than like the Christmas, whenever we went out for
yeah,
Christmas. None of that shit was like planned out. Like we
no,
were just
a
going
lot of
up
it was
there,
just like, hey, you know, like
let's hang out.
press play. You know?
Yeah. And like I mean like it goes to speak to, what we were on at that particular moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, take that shit off. It's hot, bro. It's fucking
it
hot.
is. I tried to style out here. It wasn't working for me.
Man, I had to take I was wearing a for the camera's sake, I was wearing a cardigan. I'm just coming from a show. I was wearing a cardigan. And I look very handsome and nice. And it's 91 degrees. We're in an abandoned parking garage. It's 91 degrees in here. So this is what you get. I apologize. Um, but yeah, like it goes to
No
show.
need to apologize for magic.
Yeah, we're gonna AI a fucking cardigan on. That's a new rule of mine. I don't do I won't do a show if it's an AI poster.
Good. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
like
fuck with that shit. Like it's gotta be all real art. You know
it's
what I
all
mean?
real.
Yeah, it's gotta be all real. What's up with you? What's been going on with you? What's new?
Oh, with me, I've just been like working along at Valvoline, just trying to get my shit together, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like I just came back from a small vacation over to Ohio, which was
yeah,
nice. Got
yeah,
away from everything. It was my first solo trip, so that was good to
yeah.
just like get away from everything for a moment. Uh, but I'm trying to figure out like over the next year or so, I plan on saving up money and then probably going back to like actual school for like something
Yeah.
where like I could
You
like
know what I do?
just like more or less like some form of like actuary science of some kind.
Yeah,
Something where I could just like turn it into a job where I can just sit at my own pace and just do math
yeah.
and that sort of thing.
Are you good at that?
Relatively speaking, I mean, like what tripped me up in school was like whenever I first got to high school,
Yeah.
I was in Algebra 2 honors.
Okay.
And
Oh
basically,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
whenever you trip in that class, you fall.
yeah.
And basically, like what I had to do throughout that, was just like do my best, collect up as much info as I could, and then basically like how like in classes they'll have the tissue paper
Yeah,
uh, extra points.
yeah.
I maxed that shit out,
That's what you got.
and I barely passed. I basically Aunt Becky my way through fucking freshman year. Then
I forgot about that shit.
yeah, man. And then in the next year, I was in college algebra with Tyler,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
was fine because it
I've
would.
never seen you add. I've never seen you fucking add 2 plus 2 or anything like that
Listen,
before.
I'm good. I'm good with math as long as I'm not under pressure. I remember at one time I went for an interview for like this wood cutting place over in like Irwin. I should, and like one of the questions like I was asking them was what's 8 times 4, and it took me just a few seconds too long.
32.
Yes, 32.
Why?
That was like 5 seconds.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mine was like a good 7, a solid 7.
That's fine. Listen, who asks a grown adult what 8 times 4 is? That's a ridiculous fucking question to ask somebody.
Hey man, I didn't get it, so
That's a ridiculous.
I
Would you
may
guess
or
36?
was it?
Would you guess 36?
No, I guess the correct answer. It was just a bit longer than they would like they didn't say it, but I could just see the
So you can
disappointment on
see
his
they're
face.
like, oh,
Yeah,
this motherfucker went to public school.
this guy went to West Mifflin.
This
He
guy
re-
went to
he
public
read it all over my face.
It was really funny because today actually, um, I was in West Mifflin, like driving around. We had to go do some shit over there,
Yeah,
um, and like it was weird being back home. Like I haven't been back home in a very like even when I was in Wickard, like I hadn't been back home in
yeah,
forever. It was weird seeing all the places that like we used to go. Like even when driving past Kennywood, it's weird. Like thinking about the amount of times that I've been to Kennywood, over the course of time and seeing just like seeing things that I was around and like we were around as kids. We're like now like we're like adults. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's weird. It was weird. It was weird times. I was saying all this shit, like walking to the waterfront, like walking through and like doing all sorts of crazy shit, firing off fireworks. I just showed someone a video of it was you and Sam and Connor and Tyler and I down at fucking Duck Hollow.
yeah,
Duck Hollow is a place for people watching. Duck Hollow is a place where people would go to make out. And the whole group,
or fish or
or
smoke
I was
crack.
gonna say
You know,
fish or whatever. Like we were down there one night.
whatever floats your boat.
We were all like just down there hanging out late one night. And it was a cold night, is what I remember about this. It's cold as fuck. It's late as shit. And it's just like my favorite people in the world lighting off fireworks. And and Seabass fucking Seabass almost fucking took one to the face. Burned his finger.
And that's one of those things where I would love to say like that was like plain or it's like yeah I held on to that and everything, but it's really like I didn't know until like later you're supposed to let go of those ones.
Yeah. No.
I thought it like shoots off of the stick and not
Yeah.
like. Anyway, so I got burned a little bit on the hand.
Is it still there?
No, it's not so. It just like singed off.
Yeah.
It singed off the hair. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And it did smart a little bit,
Yeah.
but it didn't like do any like long term damage. I mean, like the only like long term damage I ever got from anything was just like my pinky off of like a foul bottom Pirates game. I still have like if you can kind of see like a difference in the knuckles there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was from what is it? It was some game like my mom won tickets off through work, and like it was like we were facing the Brewers. We beat them like 12-2 or something like that.
Brewers?
Yeah, Brewers.
How long ago was this?
Yeah, it was like 2018, 2017, something like that. But what is it? What ended up happening was we were like behind like home plate on like the upper levels, and foul ball came up, and like I tried to catch it, but what ended up happening was whenever those like lose velocity, they just plummet down, and I didn't account for that because I thought it was going to go behind me at first,
Yeah.
and I saw it plummet down my way. I was like, "Well, this is my chance."
Yep.
Right on my.
Oh man.
And then some small kid got it, which is fine, but
No, I would have. Hey, kid.
hey, this is
Hey,
the real
kid.
souvenir right here.
No, man. Fuck that kid. I can't even say that after these trials that came out. I can't. That's that's I never got close to catching a foul ball. The closest thing that I've occurred to with that was earlier this year. We went to a Pens game, and they shoot those glizzies up in the air
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the parachutes, right? So like one starts coming like super close to us. I'm like, I got a chance in this. I'm going for it, right? It's my dream to catch something. It's always been my dream to catch something. So I'm like, I'm going for it, right? So coming down, it's coming down. And next thing I know, it starts drifting this way. Like it's on parachute, right? So it's I mean, you get a fucking gust and it's gonna fucking drift somewhere, right? So I'm like, all right, I gotta get this. No matter what. I got long arms, I'm gonna reach. I reach forward. I'm like, yes, I got it. I got it. I got it. And I'm like grabbing and I'm pulling and it's not going. And I go to fucking swat at whoever's hand on it. I don't have a hot dog. I have a handful of this woman's fucking hair in my head. Hand fucking full of it. And I look down and I'm like, uh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
Was she understandable or was she like pissed?
No, she was a dickhead about it. Like, just accept my apology. I didn't mean to. Like, if I had known you weren't a hot dog, I wouldn't have grabbed your fucking hair. Don't be a douchebag about that. You know what I mean?
If didn't know you weren't a hot dog.
If I, like, I would never just go around and grab some random woman's hair in public. That's crazy, right? That's a crazy thing to
In that context of you being there, it makes a lot more sense.
Right. Yeah.
Now, if you were to go on like the tea after the game and just grab some,
Like,
it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were a hot dog. My bad.
What? You should go. I can't. What's wrong with you?
Bro, you sometimes like that might be like the best part about going to like sporting events like around North Shore is going on the tee afterwards and just testing the limits of people's tolerance for race.
So I have found
Because like a lot of people's nerves on that train,
they're shocked.
they are fucked.
You were there that day that fight almost happened.
I don't think I was. I think I vaguely like.
It was. I feel like this happened after the Steelers Titans game because we had to. No. This was after a Pirates game, maybe, because we parked in the Hill District and walked over.
Yeah.
I think this was after a Pirates game. Maybe you weren't there for that. There was okay. So we were on the tee. It's this young kid, this black woman, and this white dude, and dude's like screaming and cussing and all kind of shit. This kid and the black woman aren't related at all. They're like screaming and like this guy screaming at this kid, cussing at this kid or whatever. And she's like, "Why are you screaming cuss words at this kid? Like this kid's 5 years old. Like you should be to know better, right?" And the dude starts like sort of kind of calling her the N word, but not really calling her the N word, right? And then next thing you know, you just see this, right? This man swung at her. We're all like, oh snap, what's gonna happen? She like starts swinging back at him. She's like hitting him. She starts spanking him and shit. Like it was
Wait,
crazy. Yeah. She like this guy was so drunk. He swung at this woman, missed badly, fell. She took her moment. She started beating on this man. Then she spanked him a couple times.
Fuck.
I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is an afternoon game. You still gotta go home and like live out the rest of your
sun is barely
day.
set.
No, the sun's not set. Like this is like a 12 p.m. game. The game ended at 2 or 3.
You still have time to go home and make yourself dinner.
You still you have to go home and make dinner.
You have a full night.
You have a full night ahead of you. So you have to go home after getting spanked by a woman. The woman was working the game.
Oh no.
Yeah. So like,
oh, you know she already had enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Night.
Like she had enough. So he swings at this woman who just worked her ass off.
Dude, being a concessions lady and like getting to beat up somebody after a game must be the most liberating experience of your life.
What we've learned is you can't do it on the clock, apparently, no matter what happens.
No.
I can't believe they fucking fired that man.
I mean, I believe it, but it's still unfortunate.
Yeah. Nah, I mean,
She's like,
he
was well within his right to do so.
Yeah, because the guy was being a dickhead. He was like harassing the woman, and he's standing up for this woman. And the pirate's like, "Oh, there you gotta go. You gotta fuck you. You gotta go. It's ridiculous." That's how I feel like. That's why I don't want to be a hero. I always said I want to get rich enough, and then I just get my own island and disappear.
What kind of island talking?
No, I don't know. No.
How rich are we
No, no,
talking?
no, no, no. I am not massage table rich. I'm not talking massage table rich.
Maybe like a pool table in the house.
I want to get, yeah, I was gonna say, maybe I'll get an air hockey table, but I'm not getting
air
no
hockey.
massage.
Yeah, no air hockey
You
table.
gotta be 18 and up to enter this island.
Maybe not a whole island.
I need an
Maybe
island.
like a nice
I
like
wanna
island
just
in terms of like like a kitchen island, like
no, 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 no,
seats
no, no,
and
no,
stuff.
no, 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 no. I want an island. I want to just see. I don't like one bad apple can't ruin the whole bunch. Because the idea of having your own private island just always sounded cool to me. Then this one fucking bad apple goes in there and does some deeds on this on this island.
What would you have on your island?
Like volleyball nets. I have
That-
fucking
yeah.
volleyball. I'm not doing nothing fucking illegal on there. I would fly my friends out. Like, there's no, like, I'm still straight edge. There's not gonna be no weed. There's not gonna be no fucking coke. There's not gonna be none of that bullshit. No fucking alcohol or nothing. It's just gonna be me and some volleyballs and some footballs and a couple Xboxes and there's gonna be one house on the island, like the Jersey Shore. My house is gonna be built like the Jersey Shore house. And I'm gonna fucking invite people. Hey y'all, every 2 weeks. Hey y'all, come fly out to my island. Take off work. I'll pay for your vacation. Just take off work.
Bro, if you're like getting to like a certain echelon of like getting to know people and such, you're gonna get some like wild emails with that island. It's like, hey man,
No,
hey man, what's
no, no,
what's
no,
going
no.
on with that island? It's like,
No.
oh yeah, we got volleyball over
We
here.
got fucking
Yeah,
volleyball.
what do you
You
mean
wanna-
by volleyball?
You want to come play fucking volleyball, but you gotta leave your kid. I'm not landing up in court. I'm not pleading no fifths.
There's no Eagles Nest here.
Nope, I'm not pleading. Nobody. There's no fucking Cub Scouts, no fucking Boy Scouts, no fucking Girl Scouts. We ain't got no fucking cookies. Like, ain't no fucking lemonade stands on my island. I'm not donating to shit neither. You're not gonna be able to fucking track me at all. I'm deleting all. Like, you never gonna hear. I'm gonna pop into America once every 6 years, tell a fucking joke, and pop back out. Like, you're not gonna never hear from me again if I get that rich. I'm just fucking. That's why, like, people get mad at me all the time. But like, I gamble every day. I fucking gamble every day. I'm just gonna keep trying until I hit the big one, and after that, I'm done.
What's your most recent like big win on there?
A few months ago, I won almost 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got very lucky. I have not won since then. I haven't actually, like, hilariously enough. I I may play blackjack every now and again if I want to feel something. Um, but I haven't sports bet. Uh, that's not true. I did sports bet this week, but that was the first time I sports bet in a while. Because it's just not, I mean, it's not fun to lose money. And I'm not good at losing. I'm a very bad loser.
Well, they do
I'm
say
like Charlie Sheen.
well, they do say that like most people who hit the big one are always about to quit.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Every gambler is almost about to quit. Every gambler is at its wit's end. When you start, so like, here's what happens, right? Like, follow along here, kids. Whenever you start gambling, it is so fun. Win, lose, or draw. You remember? You
Yeah.
remember being a young, innocent gambler and how, like, win, lose, or draw, how fucking
Yeah,
fun it
sending
was.
money to one of my guys over the internet because I was too young at the time.
I forgot you were doing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
sent it over PayPal.
Oh, my God. Hey, man, put this bet in for me so I can change my life.
Yeah,
So
allegedly.
the tip rule about that, right?
No, I don't.
Oh man, you got a good friend. So like, if you put in a bet for someone, they're supposed to tip you out like 10 or 15%.
Hmm.
In some circles, it's 20%. And the same thing, like if you send somebody a winning ticket, it's like a $500-$600 win. You give them 10% of your winnings. Did you ever win when you were allegedly illegally gambling?
One time.
Yeah.
One
You
time.
remember what
It was whichever. It was a couple years ago. I forget what exactly happened, but it was like last game of the season where like the Steelers had to win and then some other team had to win for us to get in the playoffs.
Was it the Steelers and Raiders year?
No, it was like if you're talking about like the Raiders and Chargers
Yeah,
time,
yeah, yeah.
it wasn't that game specifically. There was
Okay.
another game that happened like earlier in the day where it's like, oh, if the Steelers win and then I forget which other team won, they'd be in. And then
Yeah.
the caveat there was like, oh, but keep in mind the Sunday night game, that's
Oh, when the Steelers needed to win,
I think it
they
was
needed the Jaguars to lose to the Colts.
yeah, it was
And
the
Carson
Jaguars.
Wentz, or I'm sorry, they needed the Jaguars to beat the Colts
Yeah, it was
because
and that
Carson
was
Wentz.
improbable because like the Jaguars were still trying to like take it.
Yeah. They had, because if I remember correctly, was that the year before the Jaguars got Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Colts had Carson Wentz. They had kind of fallen off towards the end of the season. They needed to beat the Jaguars, and then they fucking choked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
It was that.
Yeah, I very vividly remember that. And then the next year, what the Jags went to the no, I'm sorry, the year. Oh, was that 2021?
I think that was
That was Trevor Lawrence's first year, right? Because then they drafted Travion Walker with that. Am I right about that?
I'm
I don't
honestly
remember.
blanking.
I was gonna
like,
say I can't remember correctly.
because I know like what is it? I'm just trying to backtrack to like all the years I started watching football because like I only really started in like 2017.
Yeah,
I started,
yeah.
like I started watching like as soon as like the 2017 year started. That was like 13-3 year. After that was the year we barely made the playoffs. After that was Ben's injury year. I'm pretty sure. 2019. 2020 was COVID.
Came back. We was 12-0. We started 12-0.
We started 12-0 in the botch.
Yeah,
Actually, it was 11.
11-0.
No, we lost to the Commanders.
Yeah.
Or they were they were the football team at the time.
They were the football team at the time. Yeah, that was their first year as a football team.
That was.
And, do you remember who their starting quarterback was? He won the division for them.
Won the division for them.
Should we just turn this into a podcast?
Maybe.
I
think it already is.
I was gonna say this is.
But I'm just trying to think because I remember like Chase Young was on that team. That's what I
Chase
remember.
Young. That was Chase Young's rookie season.
Yeah. I'm thinking who was on that team because I vaguely remember that.
It was Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
It was Taylor Heineke. So Taylor Heineke took over for Alex Smith.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Because I think Colt McCoy was also on the roster that year. If I'm not wrong. Yeah. So yeah, Heineke took over, and Heineke won a game, won a couple. I think he won the game before. Everybody was super excited about it. We're like, oh, they're gonna get smashed by Pittsburgh. But we had been just like we had slowed down. Our offense looked like shit. Those last few wins.
The week or so beforehand, like we were facing like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And like they were like completely like fuck the hell.
Yeah, because that was the year that Dak got hurt.
Yeah.
So like what?
And we were facing a back. Yeah, it was Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't it? Wait, it was.
Or
it might have been Ben DiNucci.
Yeah, you're right. It was DiNucci, yeah. But like we barely won, and then the Commanders were coming in. And I remember I was working at Burlington at the time.
Were they like 5-6 or something like that? Like 5-5.
They weren't
like
doing so. Okay, that was the year that the NFC West was the worst, right? Like,
yeah,
because that was Carson Wentz's second to last year, I think, in Philly. That was the year that Dak got hurt. That was the year. I mean, the Giants are always bad, but the Giants were really bad that year.
And then the Commanders.
That was, I think, Daniel Jones' second season. They were really bad, and then like the Commanders were just mid. But like the NFC West, the NFC East. I'm sorry, just had a bunch of fucking mid teams in their division, and I remember they were calling them the NFC. They were calling them like the NFC West least or something like that. So the NFC West, yeah. But they were like statistically speaking, they were the worst worst division. I'm sorry, in the NFL that season. So everybody was saying like, "Oh, the Steelers they're going to stay undefeated." And I remember it may have been Tyler. I was like, "I wouldn't bet on that." I was like, "We look like shit." And this is a classic Steeler trap game. And it was a classic Steeler trap. It was like this season when when we got hot, we went in to play the Browns. I was telling,
Dude, it felt like fucking like just a vicious cycle.
yeah, I
The
mean,
past
like,
few years where it's just been like we do really good, people count us out anyways.
yeah,
The moment that we get good enough to where people actually start giving a shit about us, we fall off the map.
yeah. I mean, it's the same thing over. Like, you know what to expect in a Steelers season. You are high. Like right now, I'm pretty hyped up. You know, we got Ramsey, we got DK, we got we got some running backs in there. Like our defense is still loaded. Like I'm pretty excited for this season. Like I pretty much know what's gonna happen now. I think we're gonna start, kind of doing our thing, whatever. I think that we're gonna have a great middle, and then I think our end is gonna be because at that point, like I think I'm always afraid that the wheels are gonna fall off with the Steelers season. Is the thing. The problem that I always have with it is I'm always afraid that the wheels are gonna fall off at some point. I in the past 4 years, 5 years have not been wrong about that. You know,
I mean, hell, I started watching in 2017. I haven't seen us win a playoff game, which is messed up.
yeah.
I just want to see us win a playoff game.
What was that the year? Because was 2019 was the first year post Brown, right? That was the first year post.
Because 2017, like that was the 13-3 where we lost to the Jaguars in the playoffs.
That yeah,
And then
yeah.
2018 we didn't make the playoffs.
That's right.
2019
The Juju fumble year.
that year, yeah.
Yeah.
2020 was the COVID year, as we were just talking about. 2021, that
That was
was
Ben's last year we made playoffs.
yeah, and then we lost the
Would be-
Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah, I would be
Uh,
outrageous. Yeah,
2022
missed the playoffs.
missed playoffs. 2023 we barely made it in and lost the Bills.
Yeah,
2024 was last year.
made playoffs last year. It feels like we didn't make the playoffs last year. Like the thing was, it didn't feel like a traditional Steelers Ravens game. Was the problem?
No, it just felt so limp. Like
It did. It like we came out flat. There was a quote from Kirk Heimstreet where he was like, this is the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. They're out here walking around. Like nobody's showing any fight right now. What's happening?" He's like,
it was the most lopsided a 28-14 game ever felt.
it just like I mean, Derrick Henry does that. I had the pleasure of watching Derrick Henry in Nashville for 6, 7 years. When he finally went over to Baltimore, and like he can take the air out of the team, and he certainly took the air out that game. It was like real funny because like just everything about last season just felt so of what like Pittsburgh sports today feels like. Like the Pirates go on a 7 game win streak, then they drop the next one 12-0, and then they go on a 6 game losing streak, and their margin of victory or their margin of defeat is like negative 35 in a 7 game span. You're like, what the fuck's going on? You just had a margin of victory of like 30. You just had a margin of victory of 35-40. Now your margin of defeat is, you're like, what's happening? It feels indicative of what like all three teams are doing right now. Maybe we have to switch to women's hockey.
Do we have one on?
We do have women's hockey.
Oh,
Oh, you fucking sexist.
man, they don't.
How the fuck do you not? Oh man, you piece of shit. Hold on.
I had no clue.
Get us a cigar. Let me do this.
Let me check the camera. On the road. And I can already tell tomorrow for me it's gonna be a long day.
What's up? What do you got going on?
Well, work, but
No, I'm saying like
with tomorrow. No, here's the thing. On like Sundays, it's only really like when I work, it's like 10 to 4, so it's not bad hour wise.
yeah.
But what ends up happening is because of those short hours, they barely schedule anybody for those days.
Yeah.
So you're basically like running around for 6 hours with your cut off.
What's your development do you work out?
Was key sport.
Oh God.
It's not terrible like for the most part, but like it's just like I don't know, some things on like the more like office end of things.
You don't have like oh man, we haven't smoked a cigar together in way too long.
I haven't smoked a cigar in a minute.
Well, I'm not, oh, bro. About these minutes. So. Last time I smoked one was on the 4th of July. If you remember that. But that was the first time I smoked.
Well, it's fucked too, like with Sundays, because like I know two of our main guys who are there on Sundays are not going to be there. One of them is in the hospital right now for pneumonia.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and he's an older guy too, but he should be fine. Like he's been calling.
Pneumonia?
Yeah, he's been calling us and stuff. Like he'll be all right. One of our other guys, he drunk got a tattoo
Oh,
of what is it? I don't want to. I was thinking I forget what it was, but he ended up getting like an infection and he's in the hospital now too. So as far as I know, the only other guy that I know that I'm working with is my manager, and then maybe one other guy may come in later in the day.
oh, you don't need some people. Oh wait, before I forget, while I'm even thinking about it, I'm doing a show on my birthday, September 12th. The title of it is called Growing Pains. It's about me. Oh, the title of my set is called Growing Pains. It's about me getting older. Yes. Anyway, you should come out and see it. It's gonna be cool. Cheers.
You should
Should. Cheers.
absolutely. You got to see it. It's going to be on your birthday,
It is gonna be on my birthday.
September 12th.
September 12th.
Noted by one of our instructors as the best day.
He wasn't saying it was just saying that he never felt more American than September 12th, 2001.
It was a day that we were all reconciled, which is not exactly true. But you know what? Good for him for living that world.
Um, listen, you know what I would have done if I was alive on September 12th, 2001? Absolutely nothing. I would have called off. I would have fucking called off of work because it was my birthday, and I would have gone out and celebrated. What the
Celebrated.
fuck? We ain't got time to be sad, bro. It's my birthday. What the fuck up? They didn't bomb me, nigga. I'm still alive. Let's go.
That reminds me of something that my older sibling told me whenever what is it? I was working with them at the time in the city, and whenever my bird died, I was really upset about that. And they told me the story to make me feel better, and it pretty much did. Where they said it's like, oh yeah, the day that my gerbil died, nobody cared because it was on 9/11. So, so they're
Like on the actual 9/11?
yes, no 9/11 2000.
I give it 9/11 2006.
5 years old.
So
Never forget.
I know a guy that was born on September 11th as the first tower was falling. Yeah, he was saying his mom was telling him they had the news on, and she was like, "I was holding you, and the second tower was just collapsed."
So it was his fault.
I mean, listen, man. White babies born on September 11th tend to be weird, so I can't really be. You know what I mean?
My grandmother was born on September 11th. Obviously not the same year, but I remember asking her one time like what 9/11 was, and I was like real young at the time, and like the only way that she put it was she told me it was the worst birthday ever. And that was like the only context that I was given. And so I'd like ask my mom and say like, "Hey, what happened on this day? Can you just give me more context, please?"
I was like, well, we fucked up. That nigga trying to kill my father. That's what.
I mean, like she told me later on, even though like I knew about Osama bin Laden, I just didn't know about like 9/11 like in full. Like I just knew who Osama was because like when he died, like that got a obviously a ton of press coverage, and I was just gaining consciousness at that moment. I mean, it's really
You were just getting consciousness when Osama bin Laden.
yeah. The earliest memory that I have is Jay Leno joking about like Osama bin Laden died. Bad news is there is no bad news. Osama bin Laden died.
That happened in 2011.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's the earliest memory. You were born in 2003.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck happened to you? That's the earliest memory you fucking have.
November 20th, 2005.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the day Kennedy died.
It might have been.
No,
No,
it
that
was
was
no,
no,
November
that was
22nd.
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the day Kennedy died ruined you. That was fucking good shit right there. You're not supposed to start every time we do this. I don't know if my lungs can handle that. I'm just not gonna deal. I love this shit. I was with a friend of mine earlier.
Hey man,
And
we're heading into some dark times. We're gonna have just only swishers now.
shit, you fucking wish. I'll be fucking damned. I will be
We're gonna
fucking
be like
damned.
Tyler's neighbor.
I mean, I respect the hustle and flow, and I get it. And I mean, like, I do, if I'm not socially smoking a cigar, like, the thing that I've been doing lately is just going down to the point and I'll, like, sit down on the river, like, late at night and just watch, like, the world go by me.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I do that with the Swisher Sweet, you know, and I enjoy that tobacco hit. But I'll be damned if I'm with my boys and not smoking a cigar. I don't give a fuck how expensive it gets. This right here this is my shit. It's one of my favorite activities that we do is sit around and smoke cigars and talk shit. This is this is as good as it gets right here.
Like, what's the plan for like your show? Because like I know you talked about like the whole like growing pains thing, and like you've been like like I've been terrible at trying to like go onto your shows and shit, but like what I've seen is like really like progressed a lot. So
Yeah.
like
The
what's like the mode of operation for like doing these like recent shows and like onwards?
the idea of it started a couple of months ago when I was thinking about okay, all right, so I'll take you back to my birthday show last year, which was amazing. Uh Shout out to everybody that was on that show. That show was incredible. It's one of my favorite shows I ever watched. The idea of it was uh, whenever I turned 21, I went through kind of an existential crisis of like, oh shit, I'm an actual adult now with actual responsibilities. I have actual things that I have to do. I could now legally do pretty much anything except rent a car. And I'm not interested in any of that. But I have actual adult responsibilities for things. And I was looking at my progress of that. And it sent me into a tailspin. And I was like, man, and you gotta remember, like, so, like, this is a point where, like, the election's really heating up and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, getting a little stressed about that. And I was like, man, I'm fucking like I'm not a kid anymore. Like you could say mentally or whatever, and whatever. I don't care about that. But like legally speaking, I'm not a child anymore. I'm a literal adult. It's like, and I was just having, I was at a crossroads with that. Fast forward post the election, it's like January of 2025. It was January 30th, 2025. And I was having this debate about whether I should go to the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis or not. And I was like, why the fuck wouldn't I? And in that moment, I created something that I called the Freedom Pact of 2025. And it's the way that I hope that I'm able to live my life for the rest of my life. It was essentially what I was saying was anything that I'm able to do, that I have the opportunity to do, and the means to do, I'm going to do no matter what, and nobody's going to stop me. It's like I'm going to cover all of my bases, and I'm going to do the things I want to do because I'm not like obsessed with death, but I think about my own mortality constantly, and I don't want to be in a position where I drop dead and like there's all this shit that I'd never seen and I hadn't done yet. And I really wanted to do, and I had the like I don't want to go with anything that, and I don't want to go with any regrets. Number one, which like nobody does, but like I'm looking in my life right now. And I'm like I don't have any regrets. People I want around are people I want around. The things that I'm doing and the things I want to be doing. The shows that I'm seeing and the shows that I'm producing and the shows that I'm part of, the shows and things that like all that's the stuff that I want to be around of and producing a part of. And that was like in my mind, I was like, I have to allow myself the grace to not get cooped up at. Do what you can do. So that started with going to the Royal Rumble, right? And then obviously, in February, weird, shit happened. I was obviously, got single and all that kind of stuff, and it really, I didn't take the time to process it because I was doing a lot of shit. I'm chronically busy, so I never took the time to actually process what was going on at that time, right? Uh, and by the time that I actually started to focus down and process it, I was like looking around and shit, and I'm like, these are growing pains. Every emotion that I'm experiencing right now is a part of getting older, and it's a part of growing up, and it's a part of maturing. I have no reason to run from this because I'm learning from this. And I'm growing from this. I need to document this right now for myself in 5 or 6 years. Look at where you're at, and see where I'm at then. So every piece of material or content or set that I've done has been for the Malcolm in the future to have a reference point. Because I don't have a reference point of where that's not true, actually. I have a reference point. I do have a reference point of where I was at a few years ago when we had just turned 18 and what we were doing then. I can look at that reference point then and I can go, this is where I'm at now. And my God, what were we doing back then? We were doing some crazy shit back then. Wow, holy shit. Like, man, look at where we're at now. It's part of the reason why I'm not gonna say any names, but like I don't associate with certain people that were in those documentaries that we were doing because I didn't see progression or growth. This whole journey that we're on is a journey of progression and growth. So everything that I do, I'm trying to do to say that I did it. Whether it be telling certain jokes, whether it be going on certain drives, whether it be this.
Yeah.
These are all moments and experiences that I'm doing to say that I did it. And I got a chance to sit down and learn and grow and experience and just have a genuinely good time. Growing pains was just like me looking at right this moment. What are you feeling? And having to look myself in the mirror and go, all right, this is where you're at now. This is who you are as a person. This is where you're at here. And knowing that I'm not a patient person, but I have to be patient with myself. Knowing that there are people that you have to be patient with, and knowing that there are things that you have to be patient with, and you can't control everything. Giving up control, giving up that anxiety, wanting to have your finger on every little button and have your control over every detail. Can't. So it's me being like, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm feeling. I'm going to put this out. And in 5 years, I'm going to look back and be like, or in 3 years, whatever the case may be, I'm going to look back and be like, all right, this is what Young Malc was talking about. Let's see what I'm talking about now. Yeah. Now that's kind of where the idea of it came from. It was something where I was like, the nature of this art form of stand up is making the jokes that you find fun at this stage in the game. Like I was listening to this Joey Badass on an interview. He was like, rappers, when you're starting out, you're freestyling because, and you're freestyling, you're saying bars because you think they're fun. You don't know what anybody else thinks about it because you don't have critics yet. The only critics you have are people that are in your life. So you say the things that you think are hard. When you get big enough, then you say the things that you think other people think are hard. And he was like, that's illegal to the art form. It's the problem I have with a Drake, to a lesser extent, Travis Scott. Even though I think that uh, I do respect some of the art that he puts out. But I'm like, are you saying what you're believing? Are you actually living this lifestyle? Imagine me talking about selling coke. I've never even touched it. You know what I mean? I've never even touched no snow, and I'm talking about selling coke on stage. Like you would be mad at me for talking about that because you're like, what are you talking? Like you have no frame of reference, and that's why I love you because you keep me honest in my art. You know what I mean? Like whenever I first started, like people don't like the behind the scenes of coming up with jokes is nerve wracking because you are thinking like you have like I gotta make people laugh. I gotta make people laugh. This set isn't about making people laugh. It's just about me documenting where I'm at. There's some jokes in there, but I'm not like hoping to make people laugh. It's very personal and intimate to me. You know what I mean? But whenever I first started creating these jokes, remember the icy light joke? You or not the icy light joke. It was the joke about the shut the fuck up joke. And you telling me, man, I gotta tell you, I know that joke does well. I hate that fucking joke.
Wait, what's the shut the fuck up joke?
The joke where I'm talking about I'm at the restaurant and the baby's like crying, like
Oh,
going
that,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. And the old woman, it's like a true story. Like,
Yeah, like what I said to you about that was like it's that the joke itself, like it was real, but the way that it was portrayed just didn't feel real.
right. And you were like, that joke does kill. Hate that fucking joke. And that's why I love you. That's why I love a lot of the people that are in my life because some of these jokes that I tell, the set of punchline especially, they're like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That joke's probably gonna do well, but it's like, come on now. No, what the fuck? Come on now. It was funny, like, but how special bombing is, right? Like bombing. God damn, does bombing feel embarrassing? But it's very special because it'll make you check yourself and where you're at. And part of this journey for me was I did a set at my work Christmas party. You were there for that.
Yeah.
And I got 2 laughs. And I really appreciated this. I got 3 laughs from like the entire like 3 people laughed the entire set. Everybody else just looked uncomfortable the entire time. And I was like, "Ooh, that's it. That's good." And then the show that I did in March, I was like, after I left, I was like, okay, that was fine, but it wasn't where I needed it to be.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I got to get back into. I remember a friend of mine was saying, I like it when you tell these stories. I like it when you get ambitious with it. That's when you're at your best. And I really took that to heart. So that was kind of like I was trying to rack my brain up, and that's when I came up with the Millville set. I didn't do any jokes that I had told previously, except for one. But it was the joke that it was a silly joke that I really didn't like. But I was only doing jokes and telling stories that I had created recently that I thought were funny. And by the time that I got off, I had done a really great job, and I felt accomplished. And it was the same thing. I did a show a week before that, and it was the same thing. I didn't like the jokes were different, but the feeling was the same. And I was like, okay, I miss this feeling of pure and unbridled accomplishment when I get off stage. That's what I want to feel.
Yeah. I mean, like, think about it with like what you form like your sets around and everything, with like trying to strike that balance. Like, how do you do that with like trying to not even balance out, but like mix together like this is your documentation of where you're at while also trying to make it a comedic set as well, like trying to present that within the comedy like context.
I lead a funny life. I do like. There's a lot of funny shit that happens to me. Uh, there's a lot of things that I'm going to talk about that are honest that have happened to me that are maybe a little sad, but I find funny. Uh, yeah, it's pretty much like there's some things that uh, none of this shit I take for granted is the important thing, and I'm able to find at least some bit of humor in almost everything because there's laughter to be found in pretty much everything. You know what I mean? Um, and so when crafting and creating this, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I did that. That's fucking hilarious that I did that. Or I can't believe that fucking happened. That's fucking crazy. Um, so yeah, it's one of those things where like you have to be comfortable doing two things. As a problem that I notice a little bit where I'm like, nobody's comfortable looking themselves in the mirror and just being like, I gotta be better. There's always someone else at fault. I'm seeing this right now, like play out with a real life scenario, and I'll be broad about it, but like there's a scenario that I've seen play out in my life where there's someone that is clearly very wrong, and that person is placing the blame on a third party individual. This third party individual does not deserve this blame or anything like that, and yet they're forced to deal with this. And I'm like, all this could have all been solved if you just looked in the mirror and been like, I fucked this up. That's all you have to do sometimes is just look at it and be like, I fucked this up. And work on yourself. Easiest thing to do to move on from something is to work on yourself, you know? And then have a laugh about it after the fact. After you look at yourself and be like, I made this mistake, I fucked up. Find whatever's funny about that. What did you do in that? You know you did something. Come on now. You know you did something. Be honest with yourself.
I feel that so hard whenever like it was after like the first Phillies trip and we were just all fucking stressed out after that shit and like we were just like we had to like come to terms with like some shit that we were just like not proud of.
Yeah.
And, like the literally like
Was that the strip I kept trying to go to the strip club?
no, I don't
No, no,
think
no, no.
so.
This is what. No, the first time we went to Philly was when we seen Chappelle and the Roots, and then we went up to New York, right?
Yes, that was
Yeah, I was trying to. I kept trying to go to the strip
Oh
club
yeah,
in New York.
okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was trying. I was trying to see some New York boobs.
Some New York boobs.
New York boobs. I'm Lyle, and you've got some great New York boobs.
But then like after the fact, like too, like the boys were just like like hey hey
Uh,
hey
uh,
hey, we driving around tonight? Am I gonna be your paid chauffeur or something? I was like, yeah, I deserve that. That's fine.
it was one of those things where I was like, I felt bad that I was a dick to you, right? I felt
But I
bad.
didn't help matters.
Yeah. But once again, like, we both were able to admit that we had parts to play in being wrong,
Yeah,
and that was it. That's what separates to me. Maybe we're not the most mature people, but I think that we are at least working on ourselves to being mature.
yeah.
We're like when we went down to Nashville this past. Oh man, I don't know fucking off the when I say this, but like we went down to Nashville, and one of our friends did something that I didn't agree with, and we went out to eat the next day, and I just like I should have fucking like why would you say that? I should have fucking slapped you for saying that shit, and they were like upset with me. And I was like, and they were like the first night in Nashville, and I told everybody individually about it, but like I was acting in a way that I shouldn't have been acting in because I felt some type of way. Well, something I probably shouldn't have even felt some type of way about. And so then, like, being the person I am a couple of years ago, and it's funny, like, we're talking about, like, looking back at these documentaries. A few years ago, I hated apologizing. Like, it's very well documented. I fucking hated apologizing. I would never say sorry for anything.
Another thing that's funny from the first, like the real, like the first documentary that I did, like that was like basically like the demo cut one that like I like had on this like almost immediately.
Yeah.
On that one, like we met up with like we found some people in like the West Mifflin Speedway, and like you made like an off comment joke about like lottery tickets, and you're like, man, I can't imagine just waking up and be like, man, I love gambling. I I can't imagine just being somebody who loves gambling. And like every now and again, that'll pop in my head is like, man, he's wow.
That's what I'm saying, man. People change. There was uh, there's a Tyler the Creator song called "Thought I Was Dead" that came out last year on Chromacopia. Also, by the way, shout out to Tyler the Creator. That man's putting out some insane fucking art.
I was boogieing last week, man.
Man, fucking shout out to Gianna Baker, my dog. We were super excited for this album. Because I'd seen, so I was in New York last week. I saw Tyler Creator the first night I was in New York. Uh, this is 2 nights before he announced that he had started the rollout for it. He kept saying Monday, July 21st. Like that night he posted Monday, July 21st. I was like, oh, interesting. What's going on? I'm thinking it's a Stinky music video. Uh, but then when he announced the album, like I've been texting John about it, just so like, yeah, I'm super excited for it. But one of the things that like one of my traditions, I'm not like necessarily there are a lot of traditions that I've abandoned, but one of my traditions that I greatly enjoy is when Tyler Creator or Steve Lacy or like any of that group
Yeah.
put out a new album. Gianna and I live text our reaction to each song during the album,
Oh yeah.
and that is one of my most so. Gianna, shut up, my dog. Uh, she also was at the she was a star in a show that I did in February. It was excellent. So thank you. Shut up.
Shouts
Um,
out.
but yeah, Tyler Creator has a song "Thought I Was Dead," and he said he talks about like being a hater, right? It's like uh 5 in the morning, I be hating on shit. 10 in the evening, I be hating on shit. 10 years later, I'm about to change my mind. I'm a fake ass bitch. Don't kill me. I was like, yeah, there's some things like I'll never drink. I'll never do drugs. But like gambling, yeah, come on now, let me in. Set 'em up. Let's play. There's some things where I'm like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. I never like. I'm wearing fucking Jordans
And
right
who
now.
knows, 7 years from now, you may like quit gambling and just be completely just on salvia.
give up gambling and develop a severe Tanqueray addiction. I don't have a gambling addiction, by the way. That sounds like I'm admitting to something. I'm not admitting to anything.
Oh, you are. Don't worry.
I'm not. I'm not. I've been very good. I haven't gambled in 7 days.
Malca, it's one day at a time.
Because it's not one day at a time if you don't have a problem, is the thing that I'm saying. But like, it's true. Like, I'm wearing Air Jordans right now. I never thought I'd wear Air Jordans. Remember in high school, I was like, I'm never gonna wear fucking designer shit. I'm only wearing Levi's. I can't even, like, I don't even own a pair of Levi's shoes anymore. I thought I was like,
You're Mr. Levi.
I was the Levi Don is what people called me because I was copying when
Well,
Kanye's.
how many people are we talking now?
I don't know, 15 people. Like that was the thing I was known for in high school, just the Levi Don.
I
I remember I was gonna
I
make
knew you in
merch.
high school, and I never heard that.
Never heard that.
I never heard that.
You gotta ask Tyler about that.
I
There was like merchandise that was gonna be made that I was going to wear, saying that I was the Levi Don. King. My Twitter name at one point was King Malc, aka the Levi Don.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This is in the Jack Dorsey days, right? So like things change. I don't even own a pair of Levi's anymore. I like my goal was I was like I want to be
And
different.
now you're not even allowed on Twitter anymore.
I'm still on Twitter. I just don't post no more.
Not until they find you.
Oh my god, dude! I'm not even scared. I hope they find them tweets. I hope they find them. Yo, I'm telling you right now, I'm not deleting shit and I'm not apologizing for shit. I was young as fuck and I don't care. There's nothing about anything.
I wasn't even referring to the old tweets. I was just mentioning the fact that you're
Don't look at my Twitter page, please.
I was just referencing the fact that you're a minority on what's basically large scale 4chan now.
It was really funny being on there during whenever their beef got real big. DT and EM, their beef got real big. Being on Twitter those like 2 or 3 days. I mean, I guess they are still beefing. I don't care. I think they're bad people. Sorry, that's my phone. I think they're both bad
Sorry,
people. I'm sorry.
sorry, Jefferson Wells.
Sorry, y'all. But I think they're both dickheads. But when like their beef was popping off, and was like, "Yeah, well, he's a pedophile." I was like, "Well, there's no fucking coming back from that." Like, I don't give a shit what happens. If I call you a pedophile, I'm not gonna be friends with you. And if you call me a pedophile, I'm not gonna be friends with you. Fuck off.
That's wild. Oop. There's a fly did just attack me. Holy shit. I think it's dead now. It got caught in the fire.
Oh, but back to the whole original point. Huh. Yeah, I think that I wish that accountability was. I wish that people put accountability on the forefront more. And like, I wish that people were able to have honest and hard conversations with themselves. What I've noticed about the people that I have around me now, the people that I consider friends, and then the people that I consider family, is that I can sit in an environment and talk to them about me and say, this is how I'm feeling about myself at times. This is how I made, like, I can tell you how I made a mistake, why I made a mistake, and know that I'm in a judgment free environment, whether it be my friends that live in Bellevue or my friends that live in Whitaker, or now Sam that lives in West Virginia, or shout out to my friend Jordan in Rhode Island. But like, I can sit and talk and say, this is how I'm feeling. This is why I'm feeling it. Uh, and the thing about me, and I'm working on it. Very closed. Like I'm a naturally closed person. Uh, don't like opening up. Don't like talking about feelings. Want to keep everything low key. Uh, that is not. And I'm always of the mindset where like I am here for everybody that needs me to be there for them. Whatever you need, if I can provide it, then I will provide it. If you needed a place to sleep, I would provide that. If you needed fucking food to eat, I would provide that. If you needed the shirt off of my back, I would sit here shirtless. You know what I mean? I've always been that way, and uh, I've always thought to myself like, I don't need shit. I'll be fine. That's not a sustainable way to exist. Need other people. Need uh, whether it be friends, whether it be companionship, whatever. You genuinely need other people. You know? And it doesn't mean like people make mistakes. You know, I'm the face of making mistakes. I feel like, uh, but it what it does mean is having people around that elevate you, that help you grow, that make you feel that give you purpose and that make you feel excited to be alive. Uh, it's everything, you know. There and like that is the reason that like I don't talk to certain people. It's the reason I don't. I stay away from a lot of people is because they are lacking that purpose. They are lacking that accountability. They are lacking that want to get better. If you're focusing and stagnant, you're never gonna succeed. You know what I mean? And I look at it, you're a prime example of this, where I look at you from when you graduated high school to now, and I'm watching this awkward kid, it's our little brother. Like, yeah, we're gonna fucking see this. Watch you go from that awkward kid that like we like see you at the party and you kind of like get shy, and all of a sudden you like just say some weird shit. You say some weird shit to some girls, and we like, oh, okay, all right, whatever, Seabass.
Wait, what weird shit did I say?
I don't know. You would like just start up weird. Like I can't think of a specific example, but you would like start up weird ass conversations with people. And I remember we were in West Virginia one time, and I was talking to this girl, and you fucking cock block.
See,
Saw
that's the
this
thing,
girl.
man, 'cause,
I'm
like,
like, yo, man, I just need you, because I remember both of them were into me, and one of them
well, that was a cursed night, anyways. So,
that night.
sure,
Oh my
I didn't
god,
help
dude,
then. I did not help.
dude, that
But
night was
also,
so fucking
dude,
cursed.
the one time that we were talking to like these two girls, and like this guy in like this riffraff looking guy comes over with like the striped plastic glasses, a long ass coat, and he just like grabs like puts his hands around them, and then like just like says like thank you or whatever, and just like walks off with them. And I was just like, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember
Alright,
that. Yeah. I was
alright.
like, yep, all right. That's how we're starting. And then I talked to that one girl, and I don't remember what I said. And like I think about these things certain times, especially like if I'm having a creative moment. You know what I mean? I'll be like, oh, I'm talking to that one girl, and then it was my first line. I said something totally stupid, and then she looked at me. She was like, oh, okay. And then she just walked away. And
That,
I looked over, and you and homeboy were just sitting there. And you're like, "You fumbled, nigga. Yeah, you fucking fumbled, man. Get your shit together, homeboy."
yeah, but you are right in that like I was once in an awkward little boy, and now I'm a less awkward little boy, which is improvement.
Well, you're growing into a man right in front of my eyes.
Yeah, I got chest hair and shit.
Well, no, well, I mean, well, like seriously, like I know I know I've said it to you, but you your ambition is inspiring, and you're not afraid for something to not work out, which is also very inspiring. You're okay if something doesn't shake. As a performer, that's incredibly inspiring. It's one of those things where I'm like, when you do stand up, you're like, this doesn't shake. It's being real awkward. You know, I hate awkwardness. I do. I'm a very awkward person. So I hate like
Can't
some of
have
those.
like any like no like blips of silence or
That's the thing. Like I'm like sometimes
It's the thing that like getting back to like you saying like you have to like love bombing, like you have to. But it's
Yeah.
not even for the sake of like like callousing yourself for the inevitability of it. It's just the fact of like you have to be in those sort of environments. Like you have to always be in like changing environments, and then whenever you get in the middle of something, you can improvise like on hand.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, like same thing with like professional wrestlers and like they when they say like to get better, you have to like go all over the place and like go in front of different audiences to
Yeah.
know what works.
Yeah.
Same thing with comedy.
Yeah. And like sometimes you fucking botch. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I can land a moonsault 39 times and the 40th time I fucking slip off the rope.
Yeah.
Sometimes I remember I was in
But
a
it's always how you react to it. It's the same thing in comedy where it's just
yeah,
like you gotta do your bounce back, get on track, and then you're good. And then like I mean, hey, the real botch is just not you know, is selling the move that looks like it didn't land.
yeah,
But if you don't blow it off, then it's not a botch.
right.
It's just the human element at work.
The
Same thing with if a joke doesn't land, you divert quickly or make a joke out of that specific moment, and then you
yeah,
move on.
the thing that I found that in life has polished me is going to the corner for open mics and there being two people in the audience. And you have Liz and Rachel and then two other people in the audience. So, all right. I approach a lot of my sets like I have two people in the audience and I'm just talking to them. The same thing. So I was at a music festival last weekend. Shout out to the Northside Music Festival. And in between sets, people were disappearing or whatever. I got up on stage in between one set and I just was like, I have 10 minutes till this loader is finished. I'm just gonna fucking rip and see what happens. There was a point in the day where I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm smoking a cigar, and I'm like, I have nothing to be nervous about because people are coming and going right now. So who's even gonna hear these jokes? So let's just go up there and say some shit. So I went up there and I just started saying this random shit. I had nothing planned, which is kind of where I thrive. Uh, not all the time, but it's kind of where I thrive. I like doing things off the cuff, even in my own. I like doing things off the cuff. These two guys who I'm very grateful. I'm always grateful for active participants of the crowd. These two guys were standing there, and the two guys and I start having a two-on-one conversation while I'm on stage. I have a microphone, they don't. They're just having this conversation with me. I'm watching people filter in. Now, mind there's the load-in happening behind me, but I'm just watching people fucking filter in, right? And uh, I this conversation gets really funny. It like we're going off or whatever, and like now all of a sudden, like okay, we got 30 people here, and all of a sudden I was just like, one of them had said you should sing us a song. I was like, should I karaoke right now? And I was like, yeah. I start karaoke on stage. I'm like, I don't even remember where I started, but I started singing something, and next thing you know, I'm watching another 30 people walk over. I was singing Talking Heads. I'm watching another 30 people walk over. I started singing Burning Down the House. No one knows the words to Burning Down the House. So then I started singing Psycho Killer. And next thing I know, I'm watching another 30 people walk over. Oh shit, okay. Now I have a crowd. Next thing I tell two more jokes to these guys. I'm just talking to these guys. I tell two more jokes. Jokes start killing. I'm gonna go back in karaoke. Next thing I know, I'm looking and there's like 150 people and we're singing Creep together. I hope it's a TLC by Radiohead.
Oh, Creep by TLC would go hard.
Creep by TLC would have gone hard as fuck. By the way, I don't remember any of the words but the
To
chorus.
look you in the eye.
But we started singing Creep by Radiohead on stage, which, by the way, has been a dream of mine for years. I've seen a video of Chappelle singing Creep with the Foo Fighters at the Taylor Hawkins tribute show.
Yeah.
And I seen a video of him doing it. MSG hosted a show right after COVID, and Chappelle like surprise appeared, and he was with the Foo Fighters and he was singing Creep. And I was like, that is the coolest shit ever. for a stand-up comedian, it's not his show, but he's so fucking cool that he's just probably backstage hanging out with Dave Grohl now. And they're like, "Yeah, you want to sing something?" He's like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" And he just goes on stage and sings Creep. And I was like, I would love to sing Creep on stage one day. And I fucking got to do it. And it was like 200 people singing Creep with me on stage. I'm like, okay, bet. So now all of a sudden, this is the aspect of it that people don't understand. When you get off stage, you do something cool. People come up to you. Now that's nerve wracking because you're like, you're coming down, you're like, did I really just do that? Like that's fucking. At first, you're thinking that's fucking embarrassing. Then people start coming up to you and they're like giving you that, like, yo, that was awesome. That got me hyped up for this next set. That got me fucking whatever. And I'm like, okay, I got something here. So the next time after the show, I'm looking and nobody's leaving. I was like, huh. Because both other times that had gone up, people have left in between and all that kind of stuff. Nobody, they're waiting for me to go back up on stage. Whoa, okay. Now I'm on stage and I'm watching easily 100 more people come up. And I'm like, this is what that feels like. The idea of bombing makes you comfortable in those positions. If you can succeed in a crowd of two, you can succeed in a crowd of 400, is what I learned. If you can succeed in this environment with your friends, you can succeed in a crowd of however many people. Because at the end of the day, they're not out for you. They just want to be entertained. My God, being entertaining is a euphoric feeling. I felt this way. One of the things that I've kept with me since high school is I love entertainment. I always fucking loved entertaining. In high school, that's what I went to school for was band class and to entertain. Band class, gym class, and to entertain. I don't give a fuck
And it
about.
made it a lot better. And it made it a lot better.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck about what fucking 2x plus a equals. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? I want to say something insane right now. and I'm gonna make the teacher fucking laugh. And I'm not gonna get in trouble for it. And then that's what I would fucking do. And I would make the teacher laugh and I wouldn't get in trouble for it. And I became the teacher's favorite class clown. Like I graduated being the teacher's favorite class clown. We got fucking like Tyler and I had an average of a 2.8 GPA our junior year, and they gave us free tickets to the Pitts game because we're star students. My God, I'm a career personality hire. Like that's the shit that like gets me hyped up and fired up. I can be a positive, and that's why like these fucking some of these comics they sit in this fucking tattoo parlor and they think that they're fucking something special because they're telling the same old recycled jokes from the fucking 80s. And like I'm at like I just came from the show tonight. Shout out to my boy Eric Williams and everybody that was on that show. Everybody is doing this great like they did a reverse roast where two people dressed up like each other and then fucking roasted each other. That's fucking incredible. Made me fucking laugh and smile. And then we get up on stage, we do the dating show. And the dating show, once again, being comfortable bombing. We didn't bomb, but it didn't do as well as we did back in February. But like the idea of being able to go for something that creative and that different, that's not traditional, like a traditional thing that you would see on stage, is why I want to do this. You know what I mean? The SNLs and the Chappelle shows and the Key and Peels and the In Living Colors and those shows are why I wanted the fucking Richard Pryor show. That's why I want Martin. That's why I want to do this. Def Comedy Jam is why I want to do this. Comics that are being real and expressing themselves no matter what. You know what I mean? Comics that would go down to the Apollo in Harlem and get fucking booed off stage and people, fuck you, get off this fucking stage. They're getting yanked off stage. They're getting shit thrown at them. Get the fuck off the stage. people that are willing to do that make me want to do stand up. And good stand up, there's no better feeling in the world because it makes somebody else smile. It makes somebody else forget. Or even it makes someone remember, but remember in a different light. Like the thing that I've talked to you about this before, the bird revelation. Sorry, I am going on a rant. You got me where I'm passionate.
All right, keep rolling, man.
The bird revelation is my favorite piece of stand up ever put out. It was the thing that whenever it came out, it was like, I gotta, I gotta, I gotta get into this. It was Chappelle on stage at the comedy store, the Belly Room comedy store. It's like 49, 50 minutes. And this was like when Me Too first started. And he's talking about Me Too and his having a daughter during the Me Too times and like all that kind of stuff. And like talking about his own experiences in Hollywood. And it is not it is the most riveting piece of television I think that's ever been created. It is it wasn't even supposed to happen. Like he had a three special deal that are coming going. And he puts out this fourth special. It wasn't even supposed to happen. And he's sitting there and you can tell it's not really scripted. Like he didn't write this down. He's just going off. It seems like he's just going off the top, and it's fucking genius, and it's hilarious, and it's thought provoking, and it was that where I was like, stand up is so much. It's not just set up punchline. Sometimes it's dissertation. Sometimes it is sitting there and watching someone process things live and living color, and watching them get to the solution. That's what stand up is. It's the norms of it. Norm, my God, no one will ever be able to do what Norm MacDonald did. Rest his soul wherever he is. No one will ever be able to do what Norm did. Norm would go up on stage and make the art exactly the way that he wanted to make the art.
Well, that's the thing, because like whenever like you're making stuff, there's always that like thing in the back of your head. At least for me personally, when like working on different projects and such, about like keeping not only as real as you can be, but also like trying to be as unique as possible. Like, what do you like for when you're coming up with stuff, writing down stuff, thinking stuff up on the fly, whatever it may be? How do you try your best to be as unique as possible? You know, all right?
Yeah, inhale. Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to inhale. Fuck.
You all right?
It's like my first time doing this or something. I did not mean to inhale that shit. God fucking damn. I know better than that. That was awful. That's the first time I've coughed smoking a cigar ever, I think.
It happens to all of us, man. When we
Man.
get to a certain age,
I'm gonna be shitting later. Oh god damn it. Oh fuck.
But what I was asking was like whenever you're writing stuff down uh for your sets or coming up with them, however you may come up with them, like there's always that thing in the back of your head, at least for me when creating stuff, that to try to be as unique as possible. How do you do so while also not sacrificing the other elements that make your set what they are?
Uh,
Because
the,
there is a difference in comedy between playing it safe in the realm of what works for you, but also making sure that like going around and seeing like other people just make the same dick jokes. You got to make sure like
the fear of that. So okay, the first time I ever did stand up is kind of when I learned this. It was at cool coolest comedy club I've ever been to in Nashville, Tennessee, Third Coast Comedy Club. The host of weekly open mic on Monday nights, and uh, I was 18 or 19 at the time. Um, stand up is a weird game for someone my age. Like I don't, I don't know if I've met another 21-year old doing stand up. Like everybody that I know in stand up is like 30, 35. Been doing it for a while. I was down there and I had some stuff planned. I was like, oh man, people are gonna love to hear these jokes about me masturbating, right? You get up, you're the 11, 12 comic on. 10 or 11 comics have told jokes about masturbating by the time you get up on stage. So then you get up on stage and you're talking about you masturbating and all that kind of stuff. Nobody wants to see that shit. You know what I mean? Literally, I watch people get up and leave in the middle of my set.
Whenever like it was like the first time like that I went to see you at a corner, like it was like some like pretty like populated night that night, but like 3 or 4 comics had like whole bits about cunnilingus.
Yeah. And I mean, like, once again, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, you can do it.
Sure.
Like, I mean, oh, fuck. I have so many dick jokes. I love making dick jokes. Dick jokes are my favorite fucking jokes. I contend to this day that a dick joke will make me smile. A fart and a dick joke will make me smile, like, no matter what. But there are ways to do it in which it's not repetitive. There are ways to do everything in which it's not repetitive. Uh, it's one of those things where, like, you just have to find your own lane. You know, sometimes your lane, like, there is a when all that shit with Amy Schumer came out, she talked about linear thinking or whatever, or so whatever. It was like similar thinking or whatever
Yeah.
with her and John Mulaney and a couple other people. And there is a truth to that, that you have similar thing. Like, I've heard mainstream comics do bits that I've thought it's always depressing. So you're like, oh, I fucking thought of that 3 weeks ago. I heard a mainstream comic tell a joke almost word for word that I thought of and never told. And I was like, man, I fucking just said that shit 2 fucking weeks ago, and it's on fucking Netflix. So there is a real thing of linear thinking. There's no way that comic could read my mind and take that joke out of my head. He just had the same fucking thought and just said it. So you just throw those jokes away. You throw those jokes away and hope you come up with a new one. But I mean, like, that. There's a real thing. We're all, especially now, we have social media. We're all seeing the same things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're all, and if
I
you're
mean, it's
like,
gotta be so fucking frustrating at times when like you come up with something for like a bit of like recent events because like that's what you tend to do as a comic is talk about recent events, and it's very hard whenever like right out the gate the moment like a news story gets posted, there's like 500 quotes already
yeah,
with like several hundred jokes that are all viable.
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, but how do you feel about it? Uh, after the first Trump Harris debate, 2 days after was my birthday show, right? And so, like, I told that joke about dogs and cats. I'm saying that they're eating dogs and cats. I'm sure somebody else in another club probably made that exact same joke, but like, it just, I got there and I got the chance to tell that joke on stage, right? And it's one of those things where I'm like, I accept linear thinking. I accept similar thinking. I accept that I'm probably not, and the 8 billion people on Earth, I accept that I'm not the only person to have this thought. So I just try to say it in a way. I just try to say it in a way that Bob would say it. You know what I mean? The idea, like, for me is just I'm playing myself on stage. I take it. I learned a lot from pro wrestling. A lot. I learned a lot about stand up from pro wrestling. From Steve Austin, I learned a lot about Stone Cold saying, "I am being the exact person he is on TV, just turned up." My stand up, my on stage persona is me turned up. You know, I don't have. You're one of the few people I can have a long form conversation with. You, this must sound crazy out of context. You get me passionate about so many things. So it is easy for me to have a long form conversation with you. But I don't like, especially like, and that's part of the set was like, I used to talk a lot. and I still do, but like I like being silent too. I was with the friend of mine earlier, and she was like, "Yeah, I like to yap to fill dead air." And I was like, "Yeah, I like listening to yappers. I like dead air. I like listening to yappers. If you want to fill dead air, I would like chime in whenever. It's like you literally just talk. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like now, if we start talking about something like I'm very passionate about stand up. I'm very passionate about sports. I'm very passionate about the music that I listen to. We start talking about things like that. Like yeah, I'll get riled up, But like, and if you rage bait me, I'll get fucking riled up, But like, most time, like I have this crazy ass neighbor. He goes on these tangents about all this bullshit, and I just kind of let him go. Like I'm not. What do you want me to respond to this with? Talking about how you don't believe in COVID 6 years after the shit happened. What do you want me to fucking respond to that with? Good job, buddy. Like no, no, you're lame. Get the fuck up out of here, you fucking weirdo. uh, yeah, it's me turned up because that's when I feel most comfortable looking around people. And the cool thing about like now, the thing that I appreciate now is the majority of like, especially if I produce a show, I like looking at strangers' faces. And when I produce a show, I like looking at the people that I care about faces on stage. Those are the opinions that matter the most and will always matter the most. The people that have seen me, the Hughes, the Connors, the Tylers, the Sams, people that have seen me from, you know, not literal infancy, but virtual, social infancy to where I'm at now. Those are the opinions that I care about. And like even like now with this new crop of people that I hang out with, you know, those are the opinions that I care the most about. People that are around me the most frequently. I can give me honest feedback, you know. They can tell me that was fucking awesome. Or they can tell me I've seen better. Or they can tell me sure, that's bad, bro. No, that's not what. Those are the opinions that I care the most about. So
And Tyler's honest with you too.
Tyler's so fucking honest with me too.
Like, but
Whenever
he'll be honest in like a Tyler way, because like I noticed that like one time after was it after one of your sets, like actually it was the arcade, uh, the one time.
Was it the real
It was about the Kennywood stores.
the real thing?
Yeah.
Oh man,
And,
shout
like,
out to Dave Stewart.
that was a great set of yours.
That's one of my favorite nights of stand up to this day.
That was a great set.
And Dave, my uncle Dave, is to this day a very good fucking. I got to text him actually. He's a very good fucking friend of mine. We've met that Dave. Like, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Dave never met me, but he put me on the show. That was a paid gig. It was my first time ever doing 10 minutes on a paid gig. And like he just like I told him, I was like, yeah, I went to Kingwood every day in the summer as a kid. It's like I need to make the show. I know we're gonna record, but I need to make the show. Dave fucking trusted me to open the show. Yeah, I had a crazy. I'm sorry. Continue on what you were saying.
What I was saying was, and you were good with that because like literally like he put you on the map. You're like, you're allowed to shout him out.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing that like Tyler said to me like after that was like, yeah, it was a really good set, man. Wish you would swear a little less.
Yeah. That was always a thing. He was like, man, you swear a lot. And you're smart enough to not. And always be like, yeah, you're smart enough to not swear a lot. Tyler,
It was such fatherly advice. Like the
yeah,
way he put it.
no, man, that's a real like,
Yeah. That's our dad right there, Tyler.
Man, that's the big brother. That's like the heart and soul of the operation. You know, you look at Tyler. God damn, I'm so proud of him. He's in a happy fucking committed relationship. I'm so fucking proud of that guy.
Yeah, just saw him yesterday, man.
Yeah, I pulled up to Casa today to see him for a little bit. I'm excited to see him next weekend. But yeah, whenever I first started doing stand up, at show Tyler he says. He'd be like, or like he was there the first time I ever got saying Bob told me, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. He swore too much. And he like the thing about him is he's so educated to tell you what he loves and what he doesn't love. You know what I mean? Like he is so
He's just always on the nose about
he's
that.
so on the nose. He's on the
Yeah.
button with it. Like this right here is exactly what you did right. This is what I did like. God, like, come on, dude, if you swearing out like this, come on, you know words. He was the one that like challenged me. Like sometimes, like now, due to those interactions, I will create words in the set to enhance it. You know what I mean? Like, I will create words for my stand-up set to enhance it, or like words that are real, or like even sometimes I'll do things where I'll like intentionally mispronounce words to get a reaction out of people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just see. Uh, but he was one of the reasons I started doing that. I was like, yeah, I could switch this up a little bit. I am swearing a lot. He's right. You know, and I mean, I I do have a potty mouth. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm not a foul mouth individual, but like he was one of the people I was like, yeah, no, just try this instead. You know, uh, I had to learn from those interactions how to accept criticism. I used to get mad and shit when he said it to me. I used to get, the fuck, you've never even written a joke down. The fuck do you know? I used to get so fucking mad. And it's those experiences that have shaped me. I'm like, you know, I'm a fine comic, but like, end of the man that I, you know, the thing about this is it'll teach you what kind of human being you are. You know what I mean? These, everything, you know. That's why I like try to express as much gratitude as I can because all of this is like I said earlier, all of this is can be and should be a learning experience. So like Tyler looking at me and be like, you know, you could, or like, why are you doing, you know, why are you talking about like I told this joke about the Aaron Hernandez documentary. It was going really bad, and so I was like, so then I just started jerking off to him. And I'm like, and he goes, why did you even say that? Like, and I can look back on it now and be like, I said it because if it doesn't get the reaction that I want, then I'm only gonna go further. I can look back at that now and say that, but at the time I was like,
That's why the Polar Express joke just works so well.
man, that fucking I don't tell that joke anymore, but that Polar Express joke was one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite jokes I've ever. The Icy Light joke too. It's those jokes that are like silly that uh they're silly things that I think of. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna say that on stage. Polar Express joke it doesn't stem from necessarily a real experience, but like kind of does. Where I was like sitting at home on the holiday season, and I was just like it was gray and 60 outside, and I was like, this does not feel like holidays. It's like sad about it. I was like trying to figure out when I became a Grinch. It's like, why the fuck do I hate? Like, I fucking hate Christmas. When did I become? I used to love it. Christmas is my favorite holiday. When did I become a Grinch? So I was like, yeah, you know what I need to do? I need to watch the Polar Express right now. I like sat down to watch the Polar Express, and like in the middle of it, I was like, that joke, fuck, hilarious. I like just thinking about it, you know. Uh, and it became a tribute to my late grandfather. Just it's a funny tribute. Just think about it, but like
That's always like the best like context it's in because it just sets up like everybody in a lull
yeah, you
for that.
yeah.
Where it's just like this is a joke for my
This is a joke for my
grandfather who passed on.
yeah
And then you go into like I was watching Polar Express,
yeah.
started crying.
I was watching Polar Express in June. Started crying. Like yeah, those are a lot of this. A lot of this, just in general, is a credit to Tyler and to Shelby and Whitaker in general. You know, I was raised by you guys in a way. You know, we all kind of raised each other. You know, and so a lot of this is looking back on 10 years of family and being like, my God, I said the other day, I saw the Wu-Tang Clan in New York, and I was looking around at one point, and I was like, I am so, it like finally clicked with me. I was like, I have nothing to complain about right now. I am healthy. I'm happy. I'm in New York City. I'm watching the Wu-Tang Clan. Their second to last show ever, and I just feel at peace. So I have nothing to fucking complain about. I am so thrilled with things that I'm seeing, people that are around me, like who could be anybody in my position that would be upset is crazy, you know. And that's really what it is, like making it full circle. The whole idea of growing pains is finding peace, no matter what. I gotta find some sort of peace, you know. And it's a work in progress. Uh, and yeah, that's that. Like I said, man, shout out to you all, man. I would not be nearly the person I am today without y'all. I wouldn't be able to do the things that I'm currently doing without y'all at all. Far enough. It's a fact. And like in that, I hope that whatever I've taken from you all, I hope that a fraction of that you all have been able to take from me as well. That's always, you know, you give what you get, you know. Uh, this thing is, I almost, last night I almost went into anaphylactic shock, right?
Oh, I think yeah.
Yeah. So like, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm always constantly thinking. It's literally like anything. Like I could leave here, drive, and someone fucking hit and kill me. Like I always think about that. Like, yeah, there's a lot of shit that I haven't done yet that I'd like to do. Anal sex. Uh,
I knew something was coming, but I didn't.
I've never fucked a butt before. I would love, you know what I'm saying? If any lady out there wants her butt fucked, my dick is for the
We'll,
taking.
we'll hold a raffle.
Well,
We'll hold a raffle at the birthday.
no,
show.
y'all can't raffle us off anymore.
No, I didn't say that.
Y'all can't
I
fucking
didn't
raffle
say
us off
that.
anymore, motherfucker. No, okay.
Whoever wants a chance.
I think my phone number is still in my Instagram profile. Uh, no, but
Whoever wants a chance at some birthday cornhole, please put your name in the raffle bucket.
And please know, if I'm in your butt, I'm not pulling out.
We didn't have to go into that detail.
If I'm in your butt, I'm not pulling out.
We didn't have to go into that detail. Now, come on.
If I'm in your butt, I'm not pulling out. uh, no, but like, if I died right,
That should have been the name of the show, not Growing Pains. It should have been.
if I'm in
I'm
your
not
butt, I'm
pulling
pulling out. So this show had many different working titles. At first, I was going to go with Just About Finished, which I think we came up with together, or was that later that?
I think that was like some off color like text I sent you one time where it's just like, hey, this would be a funny name.
So what happened was, okay, once again, gonna sound crazy out of context. Bill Cosby's last special before he went to jail was called Not Finished Yet. And I sent you a picture of that. And the thumbnail picture of it is fucking insane, right? And I sent you a picture of that, and I was like, uh, I like just sent out of context, just sent you a picture of its last, like not finished yet. And you said you should flip that for your whatever your first special is, call it Just About Finished. It's like that is fucking genius. It's like first ever, and at the time it was I think I was maybe 18. I was like, that's fucking genius. So like we like this was gonna be a nod to that. We just about finished, and then I was listening to Kendrick. I was listening to Whacked Out Murals, which is one of my all-time favorite Kendrick songs, and that show with him and SZA was just on another like on a different plane, right? And in Whacked Out Murals, one of the line is, "Don't insult my intelligence. I'm not just for the television." I was like, at the time, I was angry about something. I felt like a lot of people were like dismissing me or disrespecting me or like just kind of all sorts of shit. It's like I'll tell people I'm not for the television. And like the set was essentially about just me kind of being angry at that moment in time. And then not for the television. I was talking to my friend, one of my best friends, Jackie. We were, I think we got coffee one morning, and she said, "We're talking about something that I used the term. I said that I was unbustable, and she was like, that should be the name." And I was thinking, and at the time, it was like I stopped being angry, and once again,
That would be a great one if you had like a set like recorded on vinyl, because that way like you could have like an album cover of you as like a Ghostbuster or something like that.
that would like the whole like it would be fucking great. Like a lot of these still might be the name of like I like the idea of my inspirations inspiring these titles for these things. And a lot of them like not when I was kind of starting to work on not just for the television, uh that was like it was a period of time. Like that was what I was feeling at the time. It was like I was mad about a lot of shit. I just kept feeling like people were like even like at work or outside of work, like I just kept feeling like people were taking me for granted. I was feeling like people were not paying attention fully to like I feel like people weren't seeing the full picture of me. They were only seeing the goofy fucking ha ha side of me. It was making me really mad. It's like I'm not even, I'm not just for the like I'm more than that. Like quit fucking playing with me. Just about finished was I don't know I can't remember just about finished. It's like but that's what was going on. I was just like starting to work on towards that. And then Unbustable became kind of what Growing Pains is morphed into, where I was like, you know what? I'm going through a lot of shit, and I've been put through a lot of shit, and no matter what, it was like me saying Unbreakable, but funny, kind of. It was like, and I was like, that's just a really funny title. It's a double entendre because it's dirty as fuck, and it's kind of real. Uh, and that Unbustable morphed into Growing Pains. Just, it's not inspired by it, but I was actually thinking about this. It was Mary J. Blige had a song called "Growing Pains" that I played in my house when I was a kid, and so like I didn't like that's not what I was thinking about, but I was like, oh, that's kind of a full circle moment. Like I used to listen to Growing Pains when I was a kid, and here I am, 22 years later, experiencing these pains. Uh, but I like the idea of people that inspire me, you know, because once again, getting back to the work and the art that I make, that is what it's about. It's the people that I'm around, people that inspire me, you know. So yeah, because I don't understand how some people can sit and just wallow all the time. There's so many things. Like the idea that like we're just breathing right now, like having a conversation and abandoning art in garage. Fuck.
In a fucking garage that looks like it was the fucking like warehouse and Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, man, it looks like a fucking like it looks like a compound almost. The fucking garage door is broken.
You ever see Reservoir Dogs?
We watched it together, I think. Remember I said I thought it was way too long, and it's one of Tarantino's shortest movies.
That might have been somebody else.
Were you not there that night?
No, I remember watching Reservoir Dogs in what is it? Like I used like a platform off of my like schooling at the time. Like I used like one of their databases and that's the only time I remember watching it, so it had to be somebody else.
It might have been Tyler Sandine, but like, yeah, we were watching it. I was just like, God damn, this movie fucking sucks. It's fucking taking forever. And I looked, and the movie's only like an hour and 30 minutes. It's like one of Tarantino's shortest films ever. I'm like, oh, I need this shit to fucking end. I'm so tired. Like I never finished it because I was just like turned the shit off and like went to bed. I did not enjoy Reservoir. Like maybe I gotta try it again, but I did not enjoy
You should
Reservoir.
try it again. You should
Yeah.
give it a shot.
Uh yeah, like we're in a fucking compound right now, just talking. Like these are the moments that like I always said like expensive knowledge. It's knowledge that that you have to spend some of yourself to go through. Trauma, for example, is a perfect example of expensive knowledge. You know, spending a healthy majority of my time on earth feeling like left out or abandoned and all that kind of stuff. It's all expensive knowledge. It's all things that you take with you, you learn from, value that knowledge. I know that I felt this way. I don't want to make other people feel this way. Or I know what to do when I feel this way. Or I know when I need to change things, right? Like that's all things like that's expensive knowledge. It's things that uh, you have to learn from. Um, but yeah, that's what shapes my art. That's what shapes the art that I listen to. Like clips, for example. They 15 years, they come back, they put out an album. Two former drug dealers that come out, they put out an album, the first song on the album about them finding their parents dead. You know what I mean? And then it's like the whole album is beautiful, and it's a beautiful show of family, and then like their relationship with Pharrell and all that, and it's like, and it's real rap. Like that's the art that inspires me. That's what I strive to make. You know, and the feeling that I have when I watch the Bird Revelation, or when I watch Six and Seven, when I watched uh, one of the Norman specials, when I watched Rich Pirate live in concert on Sunset Strip. Uh, when I watch a lot of these, when I watch Delirious, I always cite that ice cream story when Eddie Murphy's talking about like those are stories that hold up 50 years later. When Eddie Murphy's talking about the experience of ice cream, like yeah, like those are the things that I aspire to make in my own life. Never sold coke before. I've never sold, you know what I mean? I've never seen someone get killed before. I've never sold coke. You know, I've never done any of that shit. But I can hear you talking about it. I can hear you put your experience on it. And I can look at that and be like, okay, what happened? All right, I've done this, I've done that, I've done all the stupid shit. I've been through this, I've been through that. Keep your head up. You're not, like I've always said, never been, never. You learn from that shit, you create with that shit, take that shit with you, not in a grudge type of way, but in a motivation type of way, you know, and you carry on life, you exude positive energy. People always say, like, oh, yeah, just don't be too nice. You're going to get taken advantage of. So fucking what? Like, oh my God. If I'm nice to 20 people and one person, two people take advantage of me. So it means 18 people positively. I impacted 18 people. I impacted 20 people positively. Two people fucked it up. Am I going to let those two people ruin the experience for the 18 other people? No, fuck those two people. I don't have to associate with those two people anymore because I have 18 other people that have positively impacted that now can take my impact and spread it. You know what I mean?
And that's the right like ideology to have and like increasing uh in times where the increased sentiment is I don't owe anybody anything.
Yeah. No, you owe like I mean, okay, yeah, none of us owe anybody anything, but like we're all like people forget like Like, we have neighbors. We have like, we're all in this together. Whether you work together, clocking together, with your fucking, like, we're all in this together. Like, even if you're driving, the people that are on the road, like, you're all trying to make
It's
it
a
to a
collaborative
destination.
effort.
It's a collaborative effort. Why are you so angry? Why are you so conceited? Why do you not want to do anything for anybody else? What the fuck does that? That's what, like, I really appreciate. Like, shout out to a ton of Jackie. I appreciate. I was explaining this earlier. Like, I really appreciate my 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 Bellevue boys because it's a collaborative effort all the time. You know, like my friend at the time, I was having an issue with my freezer. He literally came over and helped me defrost my freezer 2 days ago. Like, it was dope. Like, things like that, and you're like, all right, that's that's a good fucking human being. Like, it's like shit like that where you're like, all right, that's fucking dope. And it's not like a
Or like hell, even you just like coming over here and bringing the cigars over and everything,
yeah,
and
man.
just like
Dude, you
like talking to me and like saying, hey, we should sit down and do this because like hell, it got me out of the house for a minute, shit.
you coming all the way out here
And
and
me
hang.
helping you out by keeping
Yeah,
your
that's what I'm
speaker.
saying. Like,
know?
that's what I'm.
I,
Yo,
I should still get you that speaker back, by the way.
does it work anymore?
I don't know.
Oh, we should donate that shit.
Probably.
We should donate that shit.
I only recently took it out of my trunk because
Really?
I wanted room in my trunk for my trip.
That's fucking hilarious.
I
forgot
have it in
about
my
that.
room.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, we'll donate that. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's shit like that where it's like, and it's not one of the other things I learned from Tyler was there's never an I. It's always just a next up. If I have bread, you have cheese. Let's make grilled cheese. That was a lesson I learned very early on in time. You know, just help out. That's all. Just help out. Whatever you can do to help, help. Uh, you know, I always the thing that there's a really good John Cena quote when they asked him about his purpose in life, and he was like, "I always thought my purpose was to entertain. I always thought my purpose. It was like I always the first thing that was I always thought my purpose was to be a professional wrestler. I was put on this earth to be a professional wrestler, and I'll be a professional wrestler until I die." He's like, then I did Trainwreck and I did a couple other movies. And it's like, okay, maybe my purpose is just broad, just to entertain. Like maybe I'm just supposed to be an entertainer. He said, as I grow up and as I get older, the thing that I realize is I'm significantly insignificant. There's 8 billion people on Earth. I am significantly insignificant. I just want to be useful. This is a man that has the record for make-a-wishes. No kids of his own, but yet he has touched maybe probably a billion children over time. The man's done what 5,000 make-a-wishes over time in 23 years, and I heard that, and like that was probably the catalyst for this moment and this like set was me hearing that and being like, "Ooh, yeah, that's real." Like you like you're looking like people like you go to church and you're like, oh, how people like get mad. You're like, how can you not be? How can you live without like purpose in life is so simple. Just be useful. Be somebody's sheep if they need a sheep. Be somebody's shoulder if they need a shoulder. Be somebody's ride if they need a ride. My God, I got fucking countless rides when I was a fucking. I had no fucking wheels and I worked 20 minutes away and I got fucking countless rides. And I learned like, all right, I'll give you some gas money. I don't know. I can't drive myself, but I can give you some gas. I can fill your tank up, or I can fucking I can buy us a ticket somewhere. Like I remember us doing like I buy Pirates tickets, you drive down, like shit like that. Like
Or hell, even like on the like longer trips where like okay, I'll drive this way, and
yeah,
then you drive throughout the city, and then I'll drive all the way back.
yeah. Like we switch off on gas and all that kind of shit. Like
Yeah.
it's things like that where I'm like, okay, I I can just be useful, you know. Like and that's one that I hope to take with me for the rest of my life. You know, just be useful. You don't have to be everywhere. That's impossible. You know, I don't. I have that complex a little bit. You know, I'm trying to work on that. Uh, but that's one of the things that I'm learning is you don't have to be everywhere. Just be